Guys, we see a lot of things in our daily life, and we know they were not the same through the time. They were changed in shape, efficiency, and of course, sophisticated too, and etc. we can say. But they reminds us a lot of memories. So let's have a quick look through them.
Firstly, torchlight. In olden days, lantern made with paper, wood, bamboo, animal hide, etc. And in 1898, David Missel invented torchlight. Next comes computer. The computers were first invented by Charles Babbage as analytical engine in 1822. From then, the computer evolved in various forms till 2012.
Nextly, cell phones. In 1973, Martin Cooper made the first handheld cell phones, and we are pretty much aware of the latest versions of cell phone. Next, TV units. Definitely, these will remind us of our childhood and also the vintage style.
Up next, Xerox machine. Definitely it has a place in evolution through ages from then and now. It was invented by James Watt and Chester Carlson. Follows camera. It was first invented by Johann Zahn in 1685 and now you can see the pictures of its evolution.
Next, washing machine. We owe the invention of this machine to Jacob Christian Schaefer. Later, those were modulated. Calculator, guys. Apart from the abacus, the first adding machine was invented in 1623 by Willem Schickard. Then it changed through years.
Nextly, iron machine. Clothes used to iron by a person holding coal in iron cast. Later we got cast iron coal boxes and then the electrical boxes. Here goes hard disk drive. The first hard disk drive is RAM AC305 by IBM in 1956 was a huge box which was used in past times. Now it was entirely different.
Next, touchscreen. Guys, the first touchscreen was invented by E.A. Johnson, which are actually touch displays. Next comes cosmetology. In olden days, it is with the huge machines like Frickle Freeze, Vacuum Beauty Helmet and etc. But now always sophisticated and minimized.
Upcoming pens. Dating back to olden days, do you remember that metal nib dip pens, quill pens, ink pens, and now which improvised as modern pens? Next we go is Rickshaws. These were independently invented in Japan in 1869 from pulling rickshaw, cycle rickshaw, bullock carts to today's automobile rickshaw. Definitely they give a good memory to our childhood, aren't they?
Fan. In olden days, we have pulkari fans, hand waving fans, which are very different from now. After that, wash basins. Definitely guys, old-fashioned wash basins are quite different and interesting from today's one.
Up next, air conditioners. The first AC are the boxes that are attached to windows, which now is as you see in this picture. Now let's talk about soft drinks. Guys, believe it or not, the shape and taste has completely changed from ages. For instance, people liked it then and also now, considering it as beverage.
Next, radio. The first radio waves were identified and studied by Henrik Hertz in 1886, which were used in radio. Guys, nextly, bazaars. No matter what, shopping is common. Back then, we mostly had street bazaars, regionally called santas, to today's shopping complexes.
Next is playing. Guys, this must be included for sure because you all have the times of playing in the streets, in front of houses in sunny days, and of course under street lights, which were extincted now because the gaming is changed to gaming life in electronical devices.
Next, soaps. In olden days, people used hibiscus leaves, green gram flour or chickpea flour rather than soap bars or liquids.
Now we go about spectacles. In olden days, eyeglasses are used with hands, but now the lenses are developed in specs. Here comes clocks. In ancient days, sand dunes, shadow clocks, sundials and water clocks were used for measuring time. Of late, you all know that digital clocks exist.
Nextly, utensils. Guys, once upon a time we used to have utensils made of clay, stone, coconut scrapers and also utensils like churners, silbatta, kalchatti, etc. These were very different from that of today's one. Nextly, stoves. Back then we have rangers, castle tuckers, clay stoves, mud stoves, etc.
Next, communication. Guys, at that time people used to communicate with letters, pigeons, etc. Today it totally changed to social media. Guys, next we go for chocolates. Yes, we all like it, aren't we? This definitely reminds our childhood days. Did you remember those orange candies, Poppins, Pepsi Cola, jelly, cotton candy, Hajmola, and etc. Now we have varieties of chocolates which are made up of nuts and fruits.
Let's talk about houses. Through ages, the living style is also changed. The kacha houses to pakka houses and to the latest trending of everyone's own favorite and their personal style. School bags. Guys, definitely we all get connected with this, don't we?
Now we go about luggage. Back then people used trunks which are made up of metals for traveling, but now it is improvised to vintage style. Nextly, popsicles. Can any one of us forget these? Of course no, right? This really goes different from today's ice creams.
Guys, next comes the games. From Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mortal Kombat, Doom, and also the Water Rings to today's Free Fire, PUBG, Candy Crush are just awestruck. Sleep toys. It all started with mud baking toys to today's robotic ones.
Let's include water bottles. Guys, it definitely had a good history from making it through animal skin, clay, glass water bottles, steel, aluminium, thermos, stainless steels, plastic, and etc. As well as cars. Carl Benz invented the first car and took patent for motor, and it evolved with various models from ages.
Speaking about kettles, these were steadily evolved from an ancient tool to an important modern convenience from iron, copper, and to today's stainless steel. Speakers. These were first built in 1920s. From Edison horn, brass horn, wax cylinder to modern electrodynamic speakers.
Next, cash register. This created a buzz from mid 20th century to know and also evolved in various types. The oldest cash register is 103 years old from Young's Market in Taylorsville, which is 3 feet tall. Next goes drilling machine. In olden days, augers, gimlets, reamers are used, but today we drill with motors.
And next, newspapers. Newspapers are firstly from United States, published by Joanne Corrales, which are different from today's digital newspapers. Laptops. These were invented by Adam Osborne in 1981, and first laptop is Osborne 1, and you can see the journey of laptops from then to now.
Now let's see about slippers. Guys, these were actually born in Chinese courts in 4700 in BC. Babush slippers are first ever made, and later it with jute, wood and etc. were made. But now you can see the various models. Up next, ice cream maker. From Chinese to electrified ice cream making machines, they changed a lot through time with different flavors.
Talking about refrigerators, these were invented by William Cullen. In olden days, it was called as ice house, which date back to nearly 500 BC, primitive times. Hand blenders, which we can also call whiskers, traditionally are made up of wood and hand powered.
Now let's know about toothbrush. In olden days, people used frayed twigs of neem, fish bones, porcupine quills. Later they used tooth powder made up of ox hooves, ashes combined with pumice. Trains were invented by Richard Trevithick. The early rails used horsemen along with wooden planks. Then they evolved as steam, electrical and diesel locomotive.
Nextly, cinemas. Guys, Burrakathalu puppet shows are first shows before cinema. The first ever film was actually a short film, The Round Garden Scene. Farming. In olden days, plough and sickle were used, which were now replaced by tractors.
Lastly, mehendi. This is a hand beauty product in Down Asian culture. According to Vedas, these were first applied with turmeric and leaves of henna plant. Also, the propagators for these were the Mughals. Guys, this is just an attempt that we put before you to recreate all the things which might swap your pastimes. So why don't we call it as reminisce? Of course, yes, no guys. This is it for now. Signing off, Cosmophates.
Guys, do mention your favorite things you're missing from your childhood in the comment section below.